Okay, Mike Ross, we're doing this live. Count us in.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Malcolm.
You
It's 1, 2, 3.
I thought we were-
Why are you so late?
I thought we were going after 3. We're going one more after 3.
No, it's
He's
not
got-
1, 2,
he's got no
3,
rhythm.
1 go.
Fuck.
You are a white boy.
I am white. I am the epitome of honky. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Just mildly epic. Well, hey everybody, welcome to Mildly Epic. My name is Malcolm. I'm going to go back to the Spider fan Van Skyver.
I'm Eddie Stash, and with us today is a very special guest.
My name is Mike Ross. How's everyone doing?
Hey,
Mike Ross. We're all doing good. We haven't seen nor heard of you since E3.
For no.
Very good
You
reason.
came all the way down to Tennessee to see me. It was pretty cool.
I did. Live in Tennessee. We're doing it live, guys. Okay, so this episode of the podcast is all about the news we've heard recently, particularly the Nintendo NX.
The NX?
What?
The Switch. The
Oh, that's
Switch.
right. Yeah, they renamed
They
it.
pulled a Switch on us.
It's a knee slapper.
Okay, guys. Before we get into our topic real quick, let's see what we've all been play, watching, reading. Malcolm, what you been up to?
Man, I've been watching a lot of different things. I've been watching more things than anything else. Not playing anything different. Still into Overwatch because it's my game obsession. I've been actually watching. Walking Dead came on recently. We can talk a little bit about that in a minute here. I actually just recently, for the first time ever, watched X-Men Apocalypse. I enjoyed that.
That's good.
Despite the critics' reviews, I actually enjoyed X-Men Apocalypse. And then just last night I watched Warcraft, which I've always been a pretty big Warcraft fan from the days of Warcraft all the way through World of Warcraft. So it was pretty cool to get to see the lore come alive and see things from the very beginning or from the beginning of when they started telling the story. So that was pretty cool. Reading, I've been catching up on even more comics, and actually, I lied. I have been playing something new. I actually picked Magic the Gathering back up again. Started doing a little bit of that, so it's fun, dude. It's fun. It passes the time.
like actual physical cards or
Yeah.
digital version?
Physical cards, man. It's
Wow.
getting back into it, man. I've been playing a couple board games too. It's crazy. I'm getting into the physical games again, so that's kind of fun.
Oh, dude, they're so much fun. Yeah.
It's not anything like it used to be, but they've adapted. So, but Eddie, what have you been doing, my friend?
Well, bud, I've been watching a lot. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming on, of course, with Ghost Rider. Besides that, playing a lot of Halloween events in my games lately. Overwatch with Dr. Junkenstein. Destiny just came out with theirs today, the recording. Guild Wars, as well as Elder Scrolls Online and Trove. So a lot of Halloween stuff for me. But nothing really too much else.
I have to tell you something. I held Destiny in my hands today, and it was a used game. It was $10. I was gonna buy it. I did not. I decided not to, in spite.
You will die. You will die dead.
You're doing God's work, son.
Hey, so Mr. Ross, what have you been up to, bud?
Oh,
All the way down there in the deep south.
in the dirty south. No, I mean I have been real busy with work and all that other stuff. But as far as watching, I mean, there's a series that Netflix picked up for season 3 called Black Mirror. You guys heard of it? It used to be on BBC, I think. It's kind of like Twilight Zone meets sort of a but like more with a modern tech twist and everything. It's great. It's really cool. Watching a bit of that, and then Westworld. That's a really interesting show. It's slowly starting to pick up steam. It's kind of it's a slower burn than kind of what I'm used to for HBO shows, but it's interesting nonetheless.
I've heard some good stuff about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch for sure. I mean, Marilyn and I are enjoying it for sure.
Nice.
But also another reason why I'm not really watching so much TV is I'm playing a lot of games right now.
Of course, yeah.
Still playing Gears of War and Forza.
Yeah, I've seen you on Forza Horizon. Not as much since Gears came out, though. A little
Gears
disappointed.
Is good. It's so good. Oh man, I've missed it. I forgot how good it is. It's just a different type of gameplay. There's just that cover-based stop and pop formula. Just not many other games do it better, and I kind of missed it. It's really good.
Now, would you say Gears 4 is better than Gears 1, 2, or 3?
I have a confession to make. I have beaten Gears 1 and the anniversary Gears 1 or whatever, but like whenever Gears 2 and 3 came out, like there was just always something else that I was playing or whatever. Gears 3 was more of a personal reason. We ain't getting into that why I didn't play that, but like I'm like this close to beating Gears 2 because it's like back compat now, right? So you can just pop in the disc and just play it. So I was trying to like at least finish 2 before 4 came out. I just ran out of time. But it's they're great, and I missed it. Horde mode is amazing. I can't believe I've missed that thing. Horde
mode is fun.
It's real good. And then it's Halloween, so I'm trying to play some more horror, scary games or whatever.
Yeah, you're re-going through Resi 5, right?
Well, that's not really a horror game, but yeah, Resi 5 is just more like comfort food, because that's like my game or whatever. It's not the best, but I like it a whole lot.
I enjoy Resi 5.
Yeah, they've always been
dude,
fantastic.
There's I didn't know this. I just sort of heard about it on the way back from work today. Last year there was a Fatal Frame. You know that series with Ghost in the Camera. There was a Fatal Frame on Wii U.
What?
Yeah, where you use the gamepad as the camera and it like that's your viewfinder and
that's intense.
It's so I like Eddie. Whenever you were texting me and like I was like, oh sorry, I was playing video games or whatever. I was playing that. super creepy. That's really good. Yeah, it's like a free download, and then you can like buy the rest of the game after the trial or whatever. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So before we get talking about the Switch's Switch, we got a little bit of news. Have either of you two seen the Logan or Guardians of the Galaxy trailer?
I have. Yes, I've seen both.
As have I.
Nice.
Oh, good. So, what did you think about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
Of course, little baby Groot. But I'd like to point out Yondu has his tall mohawk now. I like that. It's not little faux hawk
Yahoo
anymore.
has his tall mohawk. Okay. Yeah, no, I saw that. I'm
Classic.
really happy with that.
Yeah.
It looks like he might become a good guy again. In the comics, Yondu was one of the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Of course,
before Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy to see that the humor's still back there. I mean, like the first Guardians was it was such a breath of fresh air from like I mean, like of course all the Marvel movies they all sort of have a bit of levity to them. That's kind of what makes them different from DC movies. But like Guardians really just knew how silly it was, and that trailer really. I mean, it showed enough. It showed enough to know, hey, this is this is gonna have the same kind of sense of humor to it, and that was I liked it. I liked it a whole lot.
Yeah, it's good to see that
new mix. Yeah. So it looks like we'll get some awesome songs.
That's
Volume 2.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
And then we also had Logan.
All the feels.
The third Wolverine movie, or
He's
second,
so
depending on how you want to get to it.
So
I don't know how I like Hugh Jackman with a beard.
I don't know,
I get
man.
it. He's old. He's an older Logan.
Yeah.
I don't want to say old man Logan because that's a whole nother storyline there.
Yeah.
But he's an older Logan. I don't know how I feel with a beard.
It's weird to see him that way, and I looking at it. I watched the trailer a few times just because not only did I watch it myself, but like I wanted to show other people too, just because of how excited I was about this. Now, I've never been a big fan of Wolverine by any means, but I do like Hugh Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine just because he does it so well, and it's going to be so devastating to not see him be Wolverine anymore after this. The same thing with Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier. It's gonna hurt the heart a little bit, but I mean we have to kind of accept it. This is it.
Have they actually announced that he's being recast? I mean, I actually haven't really been following the Logan movie too much, but
this is the last movie either of them have in their contracts, and there have been no talks of signing any new contracts. But there have been talks of this being their last movie. Now, never say never, because sometimes when the dollar amount's right, never becomes right there.
Of course.
Yeah.
So
but you would think that it would be really expensive to sign them back on for another multi-movie deal or whatever.
It would, and I actually don't know where the X-Men franchise is going right now. Like as a franchise right now, there's there's nothing next besides Logan, and then they haven't announced anything.
Yeah, they have nothing in the works right now that I know. I mean, have you guys seen X-Men Apocalypse? I don't want to spoil anything.
I haven't seen it. I haven't heard good things about it. I mean, like, I didn't see it in theaters. I'll probably get it on Redbox, Netflix, the internet. I don't know. I mean, like, I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not, too worried about it. So go ahead.
No, I mean it's just they have something in their arsenal that they could do, but it's just after they've done Apocalypse, it just seems like it's just going to be kind of a step down, I guess.
It's like the end of the movie, like the after credit scene was like the pre-Wolverine scene.
Right.
So like the after credit scene didn't lead into X-Men.
Yeah, which is kind of a prerequisite to Logan.
But we do get to see old Professor Xavier, like you said, and X-23.
Yeah.
Little baby X-23.
Little baby X-23. There was something else I wanted to point out in there too, which I didn't notice it until I watched through it a couple times, but the moment in the trailer when he's laying down with his claws kind of crossed in front of his face, there was someone who had pointed out that there were two, maybe three I would say like bone spikes coming through. They kind of look like bone spikes. They could possibly be his son. What was his name?
Dakin.
Yes.
Dakin.
And like just the way that they're lined up, like they had pointed that out, and I thought that was kind of cool that could possibly be another piece in there as well.
Well, yeah, all the non-Wolverine Wolverines have 2 claws, not 3.
Right, of course. So, oh, got a little pricked by a pin there.
There was a needle on my table or under my table. I don't know where that came from, but yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
so besides that, we also just had a heart-wrenching Sunday show in Walking Dead.
Can we? I'd like to skip over that if we can. Holy shit!
Have you not seen it?
No, I've seen it. I saw it. Yeah,
because I was going to spoil it for you if you didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, what happened is what I expected to happen, but it still was just as devastating.
For someone who is so far behind that I'll just never catch up. I've seen season 1, like the first half of season 2, and then got busy and sort of fell off the train. I know it's still good. For someone like me, what happened?
Well, it's just they're getting to the point.
Yeah, unless we're not talking about that.
No, I mean we're getting to the point now where it's. Do you watch Game of Thrones at all, Mike?
Oh yeah, totally.
Fantastic. So with that being said, it's got that kind of a like a captivating aspect to it where they draw you into a specific character and they hook you on them and then they just kill them. So it's one of those types of things.
One extremely big character and one kind of big character died.
Yeah.
When that happened, though, spoiler if you didn't know 2 people died. When that happened, though, yeah, a little sad, saw it kind of coming. But the scene with Rick and Carl, that was the heart-wrenching scene.
That got my blood pumping because
Rick
I didn't see that coming. Yes.
Rick is broken now.
He's completely broken.
But I give it 3 episodes and he's gonna go badass and just kill everyone.
He's gonna get to that point. He has to. It has to happen. I mean, they've got an entire season ahead of him now, and like Negan's not going anywhere. But it's like I can't talk about it because if I talk about anything, then we're just gonna spoil it, and I don't want any of our 2 or 3 listeners to
Wait,
hate
so
us.
This is the mid-season finale?
No, this is the start.
Season premiere of season 7.
This was the first episode.
Yeah, season premiere.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they picked up last season. They ended with the biggest cliffhanger that I've ever seen in television history of all time, and they just picked it up from right from where they left off last Sunday night, and it was like a 10-minute scene all in all, and it took them almost an hour to run through it. So they drug out every single sequence to make it even more devastating.
Dragon Ball Z style.
Exactly. Yep.
So
that's what we said the other night.
So we got The Walking Dead and everything. We got 2 more quick things of news. Razer, the provider of a good chunk of our equipment and great gaming company, did announce their new desktop and a laptop, the new Razer Blade Pro, the most powerful gaming laptop I've ever seen.
And you can take out a second mortgage to afford it.
I could have a solid down payment on a car. Let's say $4,000 if you live in a state with tax.
I think it starts at like what 37.
No, that's the max. 37 gives you.
No, that's the base. I thought it starts at 37, then it goes up from there.
When I went in to like go through, here's the specs real quick.
Yeah.
2 terabyte SSD.
Okay.
2 1 terabyte sticks essentially.
And you have the option of going
2 is the tops.
So what, did it just like
Yep. we're
like
good.
stop responding?
Oh,
or-
okay. There it is. The computer
What-
had a little stroke. We're good now. Everyone.
Do we need to clap sync, or did that recording keep it on?
That recording will keep on keeping on. 10-4,
Keep it
good buddy.
on, keep it on.
So yeah, 2 terabytes of hard drive. I believe it was a 32 gig DDR4 RAM.
Well, no, it wasn't a hard drive. It was
Solid state drive.
Solid state,
Yeah.
yeah. And you can get them in a RAID 0,
Yes.
which is like, oh my god, that's fast.
Yep. 1080 graphics card.
And like it's not like a mobile version.
No.
It's like the real deal.
Yep.
1080. Holy shit.
4K
Wait.
screen.
Wait. Do we curse in here?
Yes.
oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Shit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
4K screen. The first ever mechanical flat laptop keyboard. Chroma.
I like that the mouse pad's over on the right hand side. It's good for I guess if you ever wanted to play an FPS with a mouse, you could.
Yes.
Or
So-
with a trackpad.
Overall, great laptop.
Also, you check the specs on that screen. It's actually capable of replicating 100% of Adobe. It's like color spectrum.
Yeah.
Or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It is like a killer screen.
I understood that
It is
reference.
it's really good.
Oh yeah, no, great laptop. And they're selling in Europe now. Things nobody cared. That was half the conference. And we're gonna have this in Europe and this in Europe. Okay.
It's America.
We're done.
I think you're just filling
Announce
time
your
right
new
now.
thing. Okay, so
Okay.
Razer Blade Pro, really cool. Kind of get us into gaming. Red Dead 2.
Fill me in. I played Red Dead original.
The trailer confirmed one thing and one thing only.
Okay.
We are still in the Old West.
There are animals and trees
Yes.
in this world.
And
That's
there's
about all we know.
sand with people, and most buildings are made out of wood.
But here's the thing I'm curious about the setting, right? So the ending of Red Dead Redemption,
You
the
die.
well, yeah, obviously, but like in like a bigger picture, the whole story was kind of about how the cowboy was sort of getting phased out and like not really relevant anymore. So like if this were to be a direct sequel, that would it sort of goes against what the whole first game was all about. So do you think it's a prequel?
Rumor is it's a prequel.
Yeah, but those aren't really.
And it
those
will have
tend to not be
online.
really as much fun, right? Because you
Yeah.
kind of know where it's going to end. Maybe.
Yeah, but who knows right now? Who knows? All we know is that it's in the Old West, and it will have online.
And it's gorgeous.
And it's gorgeous.
It's really, really good looking. Like it's the forests and they're so dense, and like you look off in the mountains, and it just looks like a place I just want to go. It's, it's absolutely gorgeous trailer. I wish they would have dropped that like maybe 6 months away from the game's release date.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan of
year.
being like, you'll see that next year. Like,
Yep.
late next year. So
Time.
start saving those
Who-
pennies.
Who knows, Mike? Maybe they'll pull a switch on us. Yeah, that's a great segue to the
look
Switch.
at you. He's a trick,
Head
yeah.
stab.
You know how to radio.
So, Nintendo announced the Switch. I like the NX better.
Well, as far as like a name,
Yeah.
Switch is fine.
What was the biggest? What did they change? What did they announce anything when they announced it as the NX or Project N? Is it what it was?
They announced that it was called Project NX.
Okay. Did they
Well,
change
like the
anything
NX,
from that?
well, they announced the NX the same day they announced their mobile strategy, right? Because like they come out and said, hey, we're gonna start making games for cell phones, and all of their hardcore fans were gonna be like, oh my god, you're gonna be another freaking mobile company, and you've abandoned us, and all this stuff. So in order to sort of offset that, they're like, by the way, we're working on this Nintendo NX project. We got nothing to announce, but we are making a new console. So chill out.
Correct. Now, real quick, for us who've already seen this, I have a theory. I believe that the Switch is going to replace the Wii's and the 3DS's.
Oh,
And
it's
the reason I
inevitable.
say this is because a year ago, Nintendo merged their console team and their portable team into one team. There are no more console and portable teams. There is the Nintendo team.
Yeah, and they're saying the same story they say every single time they announce a new piece of hardware. Like, remember whenever they announced the DS? And they're like, oh, it's a third pillar. It sits next to the GameCube, and it sits next to the Game Boy, and all three of them are going to the Game Boy died like within a year.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
this
yeah.
is just going to be the pillar.
Yeah, just going to swallow them both up.
Like,
I mean,
they'll still make 3DS games for like the next year or so, but it's gonna start thinning out and just becoming Switch games.
Yeah, it's and which I'm totally fine with. I mean, I think it's a great concept. I like it a lot. I'm kind of worried that people are kind of getting a little bit of No Man's Sky syndrome on it. I mean, you got to go into it with realistic expectations. It's a gaming tablet.
Yeah.
Razer makes one, right? Is it Razer?
Razer does make it. I haven't seen the
it's
Razer
the
tablet in
NVIDIA
forever.
Shield. No, it's the NVIDIA Shield tablet.
Yes, that's what it
Yes,
was.
there's the
Yeah,
NVIDIA
that's
Shield.
what
Now,
it
Razer
is.
does make a tablet. I haven't seen one in forever.
Right.
But to be fair, I have one expectation and one expectation only of this. I'm going to be able to play my Nintendo games amazingly.
And you can play Skyrim on it.
To be fair, there's like a list of third-party publishers that are like, the Switch is the shit, and we're going to make all of our games for the Switch.
I mean, I love it. I mean, there's for years, Nintendo's always had this problem where they have to split their strategy between their handheld and their home console. And so, like, God, you think like a couple years back, like 2013 was like an insane year for 3DS.
Yep.
There were so many good games for 3DS in 2013. In 2014, that's whenever you got Smash Brothers and you got Mario Kart and you got all these really crazy great games for Wii U. But 3DS was, aside from the Smash Brothers port, 3DS was kind of lacking that whole time. So like the idea of them consolidating that into one system, one structured calendar, and just having to focus on that is awesome. It's great.
Hey, let's get some specs in here real quick.
Okay.
Only thing we really know is that it has a brand new Tegra processor from NVIDIA.
Probably off the Pascal architecture.
More than likely. It's not
sense.
one you will see on their website because it's never been out for anything else. So it has a great Tegra processor, so we can at least say it will look pretty. It has a base station that plugs up to your TV that does not have anything in it. The only thing the base station has is a board that lets you go to the TV. There's no graphics chip. There's nothing else. So it won't look prettier just because like you have it docked, besides being on a big TV.
Right.
I would hope that it would at least upscale the resolution.
It will probably make the
natively.
resolution good, but like it's not like the base has a 1080 graphics card in it where the tablet has a little Tegra chip.
No. But like if the Switch on the go is rendering the game in like 720p or something like that, and then you plug it into the base station, you would assume that the base station will be able to upscale and spit that out in a nice clean
Beef
4K
it up.
or whatever.
Yeah,
it's still going to be
would-
720p, but just cleaned up and.
Yeah, it would be getting the power from the tablet in the end, but it would be going like, hey, I'm in the base station, I got an actual TV now, I can scale it up and everything. We have the Joy-Cons, which are their new controllers,
Right.
which are like the little things you can take off, like your nunchucks and everything. I really like how like the joysticks are not on the same plane.
Yeah. It looks like they're laid out like a standard modern Xbox controller. You know what pissed me off, dude? On Facebook, people were like holding up a picture of the Xbox controller and then this Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and they were like, "Oh, Nintendo, you flipped the buttons around." I just wanted to reach into the screen and just be like, "You listen here, kid."
Nintendo
had
did
that first.
Have you ever, if you want to talk about controllers with odd layouts, you look at the GameCube or the N64.
Oh,
They
but the
did
GameCube
it
controller was
first.
so good; it melted into your hands, man. That controller was awesome.
It's perfect.
But no, yeah, nice modern controller, no gimmicks. I like that.
Yeah.
The trailer was a little, I mean, it was a little hokey, right? I mean,
Well,
it's great. I'm super excited, but a couple of those situations that they laid out, I mean,
Well, you can take your Switch on a plane, walking a dog. If you happen to see somebody on the roof next door with a party, you can take your Switch to the party, to the go-kart course.
and all your friends are gonna be like, "Oh God, Leslie's coming over here with her Switch again."
God damn it! Get out of here,
Why-
Leslie.
why-
We're trying to drink.
She literally doesn't go anywhere without it. Oh my God.
Now, to be fair, the Switch releases in March. Rumor had the 7th, but the 7th's not a Friday, which is normal for Nintendo. So it's going to happen probably the first half of March. And do we know what else is the first half of March? My Rouse, what else is the first half of March?
Zorda. I hope so. I really hope it's Zorda. That better be a launch title.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shoot. You're talking about... That's
Why do I even try to lead
That's
you?
not in the show notes. I didn't know you were making a smooth transition over there.
It wasn't really a transition. It was just kind of like a heh.
PAX East. PAX East
PAX
is in March.
East.
And we got... The tickets went live when? It was
Went live,
Thursday?
yeah,
It was a Friday?
Thursday or Friday. On the Twitter feed and Facebook, you had the Blue Team Go post to get PAX tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday sold out. Friday was low last time I checked yesterday, and Sunday's still going. But
Yeah, Sunday will be up for another month, or for probably a couple weeks, right? But they'll go eventually.
for those listening that are going to be at PAX East, you'll be able to see myself and Mr. Mike Ross there at the minimum. I will be doing mildly epic things. Mike Ross might be like a camera monkey. Who knows? He's pretty enough. Actually, he's pretty. I might put him in front of the camera.
I don't know about that, but
But yeah, so I'll be playing my Switch in line at PAX East, or I'll be getting my Switch at PAX East and
I
playing
was
it in
about
line.
to say, assuming that it releases before PAX, I mean, it's lining up really close. So either A, it's going to release like the week after PAX, and we'll get to play it, which is going to be great.
Yes.
At PAX, or hopefully it releases before PAX, and we can just bring it with us, and we can play, new Zelda, and we're probably not going to play Zelda together, but we could play Splatoon. Maybe we can have like a local, almost like a wireless LAN party of Splatoon. I love that.
That would be
game, dude.
great, but I'm going to tell you a secret, Mike. If Zorda is out, like release
What?
title,
We're playing Zorda.
I'm playing Zorda by myself. You can do whatever you want, but like I'm playing Zorda.
We could like co-op Zorda. We just like put the two Switches side by side and just sit next to each other on the couch, hold hands, run through the fields.
So we got a little bit of info for the Switch, and we got some hopes and dreams and everything. What are you guys hoping up for the Switch, Malcolm? For the Nintendo Switch, what do you want?
I actually would like what we were talking about earlier, what you guys were talking about earlier, is that slight upscaling, because I know that when you have it on the go, it's going to be limited to what it can do. But even if it's just upscaling that 720, that would be nice. I do like pretty much everything about it. The layout of everything looks fantastic. I really can't argue with that at all. It's just all in all is just looks like it's making out to be a fantastic handhelds on the go at home console.
Okay.
And I really can't expect much else from it aside from that. New Smash Brothers.
Or even just a port. Dude, Smash Wii U was so good. And
it
the Wii
was.
U sold so poorly that a lot of people haven't had it. I mean, like, maybe you don't need to make a new one whenever you have a console that sells that badly, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mike Ross, what are your hopes and dreams for the Switch? Games, possibilities?
I mean, like, so I have a PlayStation Vita, and I'm a really, really big fan of it. I like the idea of, maybe not console quality, but like, powerful, portable games, nice screen and all that stuff. Vita's very much, Eddie, it's dead now, right? The Vita is confirmed dead? Or...
Oh, no, Vita is alive. Vita
is.
game support is dead.
Okay.
Your Vita is now a really nice PlayStation controller. Like, I use my Vita every once in a while for my PlayStation 4 controller. Like, I don't know, a Wii U tablet.
Anyways, that being said, I really feel like the NX has it has an opportunity to sort of capture that really hardcore Vita market where there's not that many big AAA games, not that many. There's almost no big AAA games coming to Vita now, and there is a dedicated market, hardcore market for nice dedicated handheld that has a lot of power that can sort of fill that void. I mean, I don't think that Sony's going to be releasing another handheld. I mean, they're crazy, but they're not that crazy,
No, I don't think they will either.
But like, I think that the Switch could definitely fill that void, and maybe everyone could sort of like, they could do that. I mean, it also has a lot of challenges ahead, right? I mean, what's the battery life going to be on this thing? How much storage is going to be on that?
Battery life, how things are stored, how much it is stored. It's cartridges, not disc.
Yeah, but like
it's
here's
cartridge.
the thing. I mean, like, those cartridges are. I mean, it's got to be kind of expensive to make and printing them and everything. I mean, what would stop Nintendo from like saying, you walk in at Best Buy and you buy your Switch game. Excuse me. You pop in the cartridge and all it does, it just goes and connects to the eShop and downloads it and saves it on your system. Kind of like how the Xbox One and PS4 do it. How you have to install,
pretty much how
yeah,
every
you have to
console
install,
does now.
and that cartridge is more or less a key.
They could be, and I mean, like, it all depends.
I mean, like, they in the games could install in some weird way. Like, there's a lot that we don't know about it. I'm not 100% sold on where they took the two Joy-Cons off the side and they were doing like split screen with this, with the
Mario Kart?
joystick. Yeah. I'm not. I think that I would play that way once and then I'd never do it again. But it just doesn't
Like
seem
that might be
like
because
like
you
an
don't really
ideal
have
way.
friends.
I mean, that's exactly why. But even if I did, and it doesn't seem like a very ideal solution. I don't see that getting a whole lot of support. But
Oh yeah,
I'm super excited about it. I'm thrilled, and if nothing else, the idea of Nintendo combining their portables and their consoles into a single device, that just means we get a more steady flow of first-party games, which is always the problem with Nintendo hardware. They always have an issue of like, well, we got, Mario this year, and then Zelda's coming out for 3DS. But if you didn't want to have a portable Zelda, well, you can go buy a 3DS. Like it's just gonna be a better game schedule, better calendar for Nintendo fans.
absolutely, and that's the one thing that really excites me is the first party games. Nintendo has the best first party games.
Oh,
Like hands down, there's no better first party game than a Nintendo first party game. You'll never beat Mario or Zelda or Donkey Kong or Smash Bros or any of those.
Metroid. I just want a new Metroid.
A new Metroid would be nice.
Like it doesn't even have to be first person like Prime. Just like give me like an HD remake of Super Metroid. I'm good.
Am I that weirdo who wants another Pokemon Snap?
No, so my goals and dreams for this, I want a good online architecture to play with friends.
Of course.
Let's see, a good battery life. That's one of the downsides. It could have a horrible battery life.
It probably will.
I'm going to say it
has
needs
to.
at least an 8-hour battery life.
Dude, that is a pipe dream. There's no way it's hitting that. Maybe 5. You might get 5. I'm honestly guessing 3.
We're going to put this out here. Mildly epic. Eddie Stash, what exactly is going to happen? This is October 25th.
Hashtag Eddie was right.
I'm going to be right because I always am. Nintendo Switch battery life, 8 to 10 hours. If it is required to be online for anything, free 3G type deals, kind of like how they do in some of like the tablets and how they did in like the OG PSP.
You're
where like you can
crazy.
connect not to play but to like download through like a cell phone provider.
no,
I'm saying
dude.
if it requires to be online, okay? Mike, do not interrupt the Eddie Stash.
I'll mute myself.
Good.
Sorry.
Good. I'll watch you and see how crazy you go. Zelda day one launch title. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's actually pretty much it. Sorry, it's really just the battery life.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But no, I want a new Pokemon game, either a brand new concept or a new Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Coliseum.
well, like that's the thing. Game Freak doesn't have a choice anymore. If they're making a Pokemon for the, I keep wanting to say NX. If they're making a Pokemon for the Switch, they're finally going to give us the Pokemon Skyrim console game that we've always wanted, right?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. And Game Freak has stated they're making a game for this console. We don't know what it is, but they say we're making a game for the NX, but when it was called the NX.
Pokemon game.
So we know. I don't want a new Pokken right now. I'd be fine with it, but I also want one of those 3 things. Pokemon Skyrim would be fine.
Yeah, that would be
If you were
fantastic.
talking about a online like MMO-ish Pokemon game, the Switch is the place to go. Like that is the place to go.
But Malcolm, you were talking about a Pokemon Snap, right?
I was, yeah.
You should totally check out the trailer for Sun and Moon because like it kind of, sort of has Pokemon Snap built into. I think it's called the Poke Finder or whatever. They make up some new dumb gadget every time they put up. It's a camera and it uses like the sensor of the 3DS or whatever, so you can like take pictures of it. It's not a full blown Pokemon Snap game, but there's elements of that in Sun and Moon coming out.
Wow, I was not aware of that at all. I have not looked at anything aside from the short trailers they've released, so that's actually pretty exciting.
Yes. So we also know it will not play Wii U or 3DS disc or cartridges.
Sort of goes out saying, I guess.
Yes, because
right?
if you saw the trailer, there's nowhere to put a disc or a 3DS cartridge. But that doesn't mean that you won't be able to like download them.
Unless it has a touchscreen, I don't know how it could possibly do a Wii U like game. It just doesn't.
I play several Wii U games without using the touchscreen.
And that's the thing. Most games don't use it, but like you would still need to have it there for a map or whatever. Like every game does technically use it, but none of them use it in any kind of an interesting way. So like I have a Wii U and I love it. It's a great console, and you know, it's a shame what happened to that thing. But I just can't see how any kind of backwards compatibility is going to work with this unless that base station, maybe the base station sort of acts as a streaming device. If you're nearby it, then
that could be something.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. Nintendo normally lets you replay, since like the Wii U could play Wii games, the Wii could play GameCube games, stuff like that. So we'll have to see. But who knows? That's something that would be cool. But you're right. Some games wouldn't really work because of like some games do rely on the pad functionality or the bottom screen functionality on a 3DS.
I just want my virtual console games to come with me. I can't even tell you how many times I've bought Mario Brothers. I'm so sick and tired of buying that game. I bought it digitally. Just let me have it. You know, don't make me buy it again on Switch. You know, there's just one unified account, and it's all my past purchases are there. Future stuff is there. If my Switch breaks, and I get a new one, I log in, and it's all there, just like a normal console, PC, whatever.
If Nintendo like fixes their account structure, that would be great, because right now Nintendo accounts are useless and suck.
They're almost non-existent. I mean, like your 3DS, if it gets stolen, any downloadable games you have are gone.
It doesn't matter if hardware. Does not matter if you used your account. If you don't have that serial number, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Like with a Wii U, if your Wii U dies and you don't have the stuff, like you have two options. If you have the Wii U still, you send it to Nintendo and they'll transfer it to you. Or if you don't, you don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that they get it right this time. I mean,
I think so. I think with them solidifying and like combining their two departments, they're gonna get a little bit more serious in these console wars.
And like you would think their acquisition with there was a company, DNA, that they bought. There's some Chinese company that makes mobile games, right? They acquired them, and they are assisting with their mobile strategy or whatever. But you would think that would also sort of help them form a more cohesive, more modern,
hopefully, yeah,
social network, right? Or unified account system. That would make me more excited than any confirmed tech spec on the on the Switch, or what the screen resolution is, or any number like that. I just want to know that if I buy a game on my Switch, it's downloaded.
Yes.
It's mine.
So speaking of that, we did see Skyrim on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
What third-party game would you guys be looking forward to the most, or third-party developer making a game? So Skyrim's big. This is the first ever portable Skyrim besides the laptop.
The N-Gage.
The N-Gage doesn't have Skyrim.
It has the Elder Scrolls Shadow Key. I have a copy of it.
I know you have a copy of it. Like you have a copy of a lot of crap.
It's awful.
And I mean that literally.
Unplayable.
If I had to think, Dark Souls would be nice. The guys that make Dark Souls is on their third-party list. A portable Dark Souls, so I can rage quit on the go.
There you go.
I don't know. A part of me just wants to say like a first-person shooter like Overwatch, because that's a really quick, easy pick-up-and-play game. You don't have to be invested in it, but it does require online, which can be difficult for a portable handheld. And like, man, every time that I buy like a big, like AAA game for my Vita, I'm like, I'm gonna play the hell out of Freedom Wars. I just go back to playing like some simple puzzle game or whatever, or I'll play a smaller, more bite-sized game, because that's just sort of better. It's a better fit for that hardware, that console size, or whatever. Yeah.
Anything, Malcolm? Anything you really want game-wise?
I mean, I was thinking Blizzard as well.
Blizzard.
Yeah, just because I feel like they could do something like that. I mean, it's not very graphically demanding. They never have been, and
rumor?
Yeah.
Hearthstone.
Oh,
okay.
That'd be good.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
That would be pretty solid.
That being said, you do have it on your phone technically. I mean, like they're just giving you another way of playing the same game, but that's fine. It's still a great game.
Yeah, of course.
I'd like to see them do something more like a unique, a new kind of, maybe like Overwatch 2D, Overwatch mixed with Duck Game or something like that, right? Like that would be great.
I would just like to see Duck Hunt.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
A new Duck Hunt, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
That'd be fantastic.
Maybe like third party companies would you like to see, like, Watch Dogs 2 releasing?
Yeah,
on Switch or
Ubisoft,
whatever.
Bethesda, Activision would be nice.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine playing like a good Call of Duty on the go. I just can't even imagine how well that would work.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? We'll definitely see
see.
soon enough. We apparently aren't getting any more Switch news until 2017, and then the
Bummer.
Switch comes out in March. So it is the next thing in this console the next console generation. Nintendo starting off early. Might not be the only one next year.
PlayStation's starting up before them, right? That's next month.
The PlayStation 4 Pro is not the next generation. It's the last of this generation. Now, Xbox, the Project Scorpio still has not been called Xbox One Project Scorpio. So it could still be the next generation of Xboxes.
Do you think they're gonna ditch the Xbox One, like just one? Just try and wash that bad taste out of everyone's mouth.
I think they are. I think Xbox wants to start it because right now, no matter how good they're doing, they've lost a majority.
I think you have to ditch that branding. You have to ditch the branding.
So my dream next year, March, boom, Switch comes out. June, July, whenever E3 is, Microsoft comes out, finally announces Project Scorpio is named the Xbox Triangle. Boom. And
no, they're just gonna call it the Xbox. That's it. No Xbox One, no 360. They're just gonna call it the Xbox, and it's sort of like
They have to do something
like Apple
different.
does with the iPad and the iPhone. I mean, sure they call it the iPhone 7, but
The box.
The box.
it's gonna be X.
Or X, yeah. No, I don't think it would be Xbox because of the OG, but the X. I like that. And then they announce it Christmas. Okay. Come October, November, Sony goes, hey, PlayStation 5, mic drop.
No, they would never.
Oh, and
that
all
would
this
piss
and they'd
so
be like-
many people off.
And Microsoft would be, they would be like, you know what, Microsoft, you're right. That is the most powerful thing compared to all the last gen consoles. But by the way, PlayStation 5, 20 million teraflops.
Oh, dude, I would be so angry if I bought a Pro and they announced a new console like less than a year.
So what you're
People
telling
are
me is
pissed
you
off
would
now.
not be angry if you bought an Xbox One S and then they announced Project Scorpio's a new generation?
They announced them in the exact same conference, dude. It's not like they announced one and then waited like a month and then announced the other. They announced them probably within the same breath. Well, maybe not that. One was at the beginning of the conference, one was at the end. But still,
It'd be a really
I mean,
long
like,
breath.
that. Yeah, it got lungs of steel there. But like, I mean, it's been well known. They announced them at the exact same conference, and the 1S is still selling really well. It's a good value.
You're right. And you know what? We'll see what happens when the Pro comes out this year and everything. But if the Scorpio is next gen, I don't think Sony's going to wait long.
Oh no. Oh, well, I guess it all depends if they can keep their lead, because a Scorpio can be as powerful as Microsoft wants it to be, but if developers are still making the games, in the spec of PS4 Pro, I mean, who the hell cares? It just wasted. Computing power at that point.
The developers probably won't really put out there a lot for like, oh, we made this game for both systems, but the Xbox Scorpio version is so much more powerful because that's going to cost them more money and more time when they could just make one version for both consoles. And honestly, they're not going to lose any money because the people who are going to buy it are going to buy it.
Yeah, you code for the lowest common denominator.
Yep.
Because then it's going to run on everything above that. So
exactly.
So like I guess it all depends whether or not if Sony were to release a PlayStation 5, we'd be talking like 2019 at best, I'd say.
I'd say 2018. That'll be the 7-year mark to my knowledge, which is right around that time. But again, all rumors and speculation. Who knows?
It's fun
I
to
wouldn't be
speculate.
pissed off with the Xbox or PS5 because I'm not buying the PlayStation 4 Pro because I have a PlayStation 4.
And
I
you
don't
have
care.
a brain.
Yes, just like I'm not buying an Xbox One S because I have an Xbox One. I don't care. So with that, we're going to round up our show here on the Switch. Greatly appreciate you coming, Mr. Mike Ross.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything closing out, either of you two?
I don't think I have anything right
Okay,
now.
Mike, anything you'd like to say to our glorious audience?
No, just thank you for having me on, guys. And if you enjoyed having me on, you should totally let these two know so they can invite me more often. The only problem is now I'm gonna have one less podcast to listen to during the week, but still, I appreciate it.
I listen to my podcast every time just to see how I hear. I hate my own voice, but I
can't
get
stand
it.
the sound of my own voice. Oh.
So, with that, guys, we're gonna go. Make sure you contact us. Tell us if you liked Mr. Mike Ross on the show. Share, like, and comment on Facebook, facebook.com/mildlyepic. Tweet us at Twitter at mildly_epic, mildlyepic@gmail.com, and soon to coming website. We have a name, but we haven't bought it yet, so make sure nobody steals that, so I won't say it. But yeah, contact us, share us, idea us, and we'll see you next time. With that, I'm Eddie Stash.
Malcolm Van Skyver.
I'm Mike Ross.
And everybody, stay epic.
Technical issues. You should play like that that elevator music, do 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 do.